see?
Well, I will do.
Hold on. Yeah. See the tree?
Yeah. Now
Right.
to record it, I do what?
Right. Why don't that doesn't come on? Oh yeah, look, you can see record.
Yeah.
Can you see record?
Well, I can't, but when you
Well, it's too much light.
yeah, okay. So what
Right.
do I have it on to record?
That's record. Yeah.
Hello, I'm just going to introduce you to La Peasantry. It's a beautiful day in April, and I'm in the lane, and this is just looking over our fruit field. We've actually got nearly 30 fruit trees: apples, pears, plums, cherries, cooking apples, damsons, and apricot and mulberry. The caravan is the children's playhouse, and there's the cottage, or it's a house actually, and our two barns, and this is a lane. The only thing up here is a field, so we're going into the property. Through our gate, which we've just had fixed on because it's sheared off. There you are, there's a La Peasantry. And there's Dave over by the pond, which the boys built last year, and that's some stones of which we've used most of them, which I'll tell you what we're going to do with the rest of those in a moment. And now this is where we park the cars. Here we've got various shrubs, courtesy of Elaine and Alan and Mark in France. We've got two beautiful palm trees which have taken. The fir trees were Elaine's and the bamboo was Alan's. Over here we've got a fig tree, and the barns, as you can see, we haven't done anything with yet. It's all a question of money. There's the fig tree, and it's got some figs in it, on it. I'll just show you in the barns. These doors Stephen made with the help of Trevor and Dave 21 years ago. And this is our lovely tractor, which we couldn't be without, but the manifold's gone on it. We let the children down the road cut our grass and pay them. Anyway, we're not experts on tractors, so we've just got to accept. And this is the big barn, which I think is about 40 foot long. That's Stephen's car. Don't know what he's going to do with that. Numerous bits of equipment. Very small fireplace, surprisingly enough, which you can't see behind all that clobber. Okay, we have used lots of stuff in here. It's a concrete floor. Now we're going to go into the other barn. I do say that if I won £100,000, I would do these barns up beautifully. And this one, because the building is south facing, this wall, by the way, is just concrete blocks. And what happened in the Second World War, a shell went through the back wall and blew out the front wall. You can see, I think, the blocks on the back, and the concrete. This is just a tiled metal roof. And this barn has got a beautiful fireplace which warrants restoration, and there's a doorway into the other barn, and that's looking at the block wall. I would have that all out and have all glass and have a door into from the house to make this a beautiful sunny room. Would be nice. There's a back door there, which of course we block up, and that is the new chimney. The flue, because we had two fires in this house, which I won't go into. So they're the barns. Now we go down the steps, which our friend Mike built for us, and okay, they're maybe not perfect, but we like them, they're rustic. And now we've got a patio, which is only the stones, which you saw out the front, but they were cheap and cheerful, and they're something that Dave and I could manage. Now we're looking at the area what we call the garden, and we've got beds. We've got some lovely roses along here and also along that one, and we've also got in the field where the fruit trees are, which I'll pan in, all along the edge of the boundary of the field, we have got lots and lots of rose bushes. They're ramblers and climbers. That's our old table, which we bought from home, which was more or less derelict, which we've renovated for the garden, and does us very well. And of course the kitchen window, we can sit out here. This is a sunspot, it's south facing, you're out of the wind, and even when it's quite cold and windy, you can sit here and get quite sunburnt. Now we're going to go into the door. Oh, I can see the film better now. There's our fireplace, which is very efficient, but it's also very fierce. It's a long log burner, so you have to take great care with it. And panning round, there are little holes in the wall, which were, I think, for storing salt. Very sweet little window at the back, with bars up against it, which we don't know the history of this house, because the history was destroyed in the Second World War, all the deeds, because they were kept in the church. There's packing on the table because we're going home tomorrow. That's the stable door to the back, and that's the arch door up to the turret. And just panning round to the front of the room, again that's the fireplace with the little arches, and showing the character. That's the electric meter in the corner in that box, and there's the front window. Our sideboard electric switches are just by the front door there, and that's a beautiful little niche in the lounge. And there's a lovely arch there into the kitchen, but as there were two arches, we've got a glass cupboard and a mirror in front of it, and that's the arch into the kitchen. I'll take you into the kitchen now. The kitchen really needs to be renovated, but again, it's a question of money. We look all round. That's a new gas cooker, electric oven and gas by bottle. Beautiful windows in this house. Plenty of room for 6 of you to sit round here. We've got a that's a humidifier in the corner. We've got an efficient Bosch washing machine. And over here, there's a cooker again. I've got a Hotpoint condenser dryer, but we prefer people not to use it unless it's really wet and they've got children, that sort of thing. And there's our fridge freezer. The water is heated by an immersion heater upstairs. Now we're going through this door into a lobby. This is the lobby, a bit of a glory hole, all sorts of things in here. And this leads in through another doorway into the downstairs loo. There's the beautiful little window, storage above. There's the shower. I'll try and show you that. Very efficient. Don't need any pumps out here. There's the toilet, tiled floor. There's a hand basin. Just some storage above. Now we're going to go up the turret stairs through the arched doorway. We've had this floor done, so there's no damp now, we hope, and an apron of concrete with a damp proofer in it on the edge. As you can see, it's all stone, and behind the door is a little area, like a tiny cellar, I suppose you'd call it, and then the stairs is a turret, and it's circular stone staircase. We think this house was built about 1600 and something from what we can gather. And then at the top of the stairs, if you can see, there's two archways. Same as in the kitchen, one arch is bigger than the other, but we don't know why that is. Now this is what we've recently had done. This is the roof to the turret. Can you see that? And we've had all the windows renewed. The windows we've had have done us very well, which Stephen fitted with second-hand materials, but they were plastic. So now these are double glazed glass windows which open all the way round. Okay, that's our view. And I'm going to pan in and show you the view of the church. There's the church in the town. And there's a field behind us, and that car you just saw, that's the N13, but it doesn't bother us at all. Now we go onto the first floor, and this is the downstairs bathroom. That's the shower. I'll turn it round. Again, very efficient shower. We go in the bathroom. Loo with storage. Shelves, a bath with a shower attachment and a hand basin, and the doors were old second-hand doors which we renovated, and that's an oil stove when it's cold in the winter, and the window of course. The floor on the first floor, it's oak, they call it parquet, but we'd call it strip flooring, and we had it laid professionally, but unfortunately it's bowed, which Stephen said it would, and so we're in the process. We've got the man who made our windows and did the gate and has done and made the windows in the turret. He's come and he's actually putting it right for us, so that's why there's a piece missing there. Again, this is the bedroom we call Nan's room behind the bathroom, and the reason it's a bit in disarray is because the carpenter's coming back to do that edge on the floor. I'll show you. He's got to reconfigure, fabricate some more oak wood and fix it so that when it expands it doesn't bow up. Behind this mirror is the hot water tank. The mirrors are only a facade to give lightness to the room. So there's the hot water tank with the immersion in. And these are just, we've painted the stonework in this room, which we actually quite like because the house generally is quite a dark room. But this is a nice sized bedroom, another one of those little nooks, nook and cranny areas. And so there's no wardrobe in this room. Double bed of course, and storage. Now we're going from that first bedroom behind the bathroom into the landing area where we've got the staircase which leads up to the bedrooms 3 and 4, and our carpenter friend Alan Pennell has just fitted a handrail on the stone side which makes it a lot safer. They're not slippery, the stairs, but they are hardwood, and I wouldn't want anyone to fall down them. And this is our landing, and we've, as you can see, got a great many books, videos and DVDs, because we don't have a television as such out here. We just watch DVDs in the evening, you know, if we're in and nothing much to do. And as you can see, there's lots of things and clobber here, but again it's because we've got the carpenter coming back to do the floor on the edge here. Now we're going into the second bedroom, which again is a long bedroom. It's about 25 foot by 12, I think, so that looks narrow. It's not actually a narrow room, it's just the proportions. Now this window I've got closed, although it's a lovely sunny day, because on the windowsill, I'll try and get you to see it, we've got a coal tit and her sitting on her eggs, and we have a coal tit here every year. Just going to zoom in on her. She's looking at us. Can you see that now? Can you see her? I think she's got used to us not going to cause her any harm, and so hence she stays there, but she very often will fly away if we touch the curtain. That's why the shutter's still shut. Right, so this room is actually a very nice room. This is a single bed here with another bed underneath it, which is room to get it, you know, bring it out, and plus a double bed. Dressing table with Izzy's art. Isabella painted this when she was very tiny, under 2. It's a finger painting. And this is another picture that she did with, she's always talking about her mummy and daddy and loving them, and me, and I think that's her dad, I'm not sure. So this room's got 2 windows, but again, because of the nature of the building, it's not particularly light. And the wooden floor is lovely. This is just, I'm standing at the front of this room and panning down just so you can see the other end, and that's a window where the coal tit's sitting on. Now I'm back in the landing. Again, you can see the bookcase with the books, the DVDs and videos. The turret is the other end of this room from where I'm standing. I'm just going to pan out the window. I don't know if it will pick it up because of the sun, but that's looking down over. There's the fruit field. Dave's sitting there waiting for me to finish because we're going out. There's the little pond, and here's our garden area with the lovely stone walls. There's the steps that Mike built, and our gravel patio with the table, which is outside the kitchen window. Now I've come upstairs and I'm in the one of the loft bedrooms, which again is a beautiful size, plenty of headroom as you can see, and this is a room that we tend to use, so this is in use at the moment, hence that's why this room's a bit messy. Alright, and these rooms are very lovely and light, and they've got Velux windows, and again you look out and that's the N13, the main road, which goes past, and there's the church again. You can hear the traffic, but if the windows are closed it really isn't any bother at all. These curtains, it's on the little landing between the 2 top bedrooms, and I'll show you. It's another glory hole where we have storage of extra blankets and things like that. Right, now we're going to the 4th bedroom, which is what we call Trevor and Ian's room, Trevor and Sue's room. And the beds are covered with plastic because of course it's not in use at the moment. Not that it's damp, but we always cover the beds with a sheet of plastic when we leave. There's a beautiful little window there. That one doesn't open. We never had a proper frame made for that. Storage cupboard there, storage cupboard there to the eaves. These 2 bedrooms have got cupboards under all the eaves. That's a little electric convector heater, and again Velux window, and this room's got 2 double beds in it, so that gives you an idea of the size. Now I'm just looking down the staircase with the new handrail, looking at the window down into the doorway down into the turret, and that's looking over the banister into the landing area with the videos. And that's looking back on myself, looking at the curtains which are up on the very top landing between the 2 top bedrooms in the loft. The turret, again, there are the windows. When we bought this house, which was 21 years ago, the turret was actually filled with brambles, and effectively it was outside the building. There was no proper roof on this house. There were no windows or doors. The front window, the kitchen window actually had a car windscreen in it, and the lounge window had a wooden prop holding the lintel up. So here we are looking down the turret stairs, which we think are quite beautiful, but I know some people are quite nervous about them when they first come, but children seem to manage very well. And I'm just going to try and get another view of the roof, the ceiling in the turret that Alan Pennell has made this year, which we're delighted with. Cost a lot of money, but I'm sure it's well worth it. Right, I've come back out in the garden now, and I'm standing over by the caravan, which of course, as I said, we use as a children's playhouse, and they're having got a lot of pleasure from it. I'm panning round. There's a beautiful gate, our oak tree, our fruit trees. This will be the first year that we should get significant fruit on them. And I'm just going to go down and show you the pond that our boys and Dave built last year. There was supposed to have been a spring here, but I think it's been diverted. And we did. It was, as I say, it was done last year, but we have already found that we've got frogs and newts in it, and the water boatmen, I think they're called. Now I'm panning up, looking towards the road again. We've got a nice area of land. If we lived out here all the time, it would be a lot better than it is, but we do work very hard in here, and it's just over an acre. It's 4,600 square metres, and along here and by the side of the house it gets the early morning sun. We've got lots of fruit bushes. We've got strawberries, raspberries, a solitary gooseberry, rhubarb, herbs, what else? Onions we've put in again this year. Oh, blackcurrants. Most of the fruit bushes are actually blackcurrants. This is the land next door. We believe it's owned by a doctor in Paris. That's what we were told a long time ago. And we did have horses on it until last year. And then last year we had cows on it. But at the moment there aren't any. As much as they're nice animals, we get the flies if they're there, which we don't like. So I'm now penning up, and we've put bamboo, we've put baby oak trees, we've got a horse chestnut, which was Mark Ellis's mum gave to us. It is in memory of Mark, and I'm going to pan in on that in a moment. It's a beautiful tree. And also silver birch that I don't remember putting in. Not a silver birch, a sycamore. And we've got some more baby trees, so that eventually we will have trees all the way along. And this is looking at our fruit bushes. You may be able to see, but it looks like we're going to have a very good crop of blackcurrants this year. And we've got quite a few. Plus we've got the strawberries down here. And today Dave and I have erected this makeshift fruit cage on both these areas. They're the strawberries. We've done a fruit cage over there, hoping it will last as long as the fruit. Now we're right at the back, towards the back fence. You may be able to hear the traffic from the N13, but we don't tend to sit out this side. We sit in front of the house. But that building there, I'll show you in the moment, we call it a cabin. It's a storage box, and it's been very, very useful. And actually you can sit on a cold and windy day. We sat in front, had the doors open, and it's been a real little sun trap. So that's the gate, is the back entrance to our property. And you can see now I'm panning across the barns. You can see how badly the roof needs doing. We did dig out the land. The land went up to the level of that window with the corrugated iron in it when we bought this property. Now we're looking at the turret. There's the two little windows. They're the two little windows, the bedroom window upstairs where the coal tit is, and that's a stable door to the lounge, the turret, and you can see how nice the windows are, and the Velux is in the roof to the 2 bedrooms in the stairwell, and that's the upstairs bathroom and the downstairs bathroom. Just to show you the bamboo that we've put in and some of the oak trees. This land is rather uneven, so if the camera goes peculiar it's because I've fallen flat on my face. And there's the horse chestnut tree, which we are very, very pleased with. And I will tell Shirley how well that's doing. I have told her, but I've not taken a picture of it for her. And there's the sycamore, which hasn't been in long, but look at the size of that. And there's our cabin. Then to get down to the lower level, to go into the house or along to the barns, there's another set of steps, which again Mike Burr built for us. Which again, they've stood the test of time, and they're very rustic looking, so we're more than pleased. And when we had this land dug out, so that to take the damp away from the house, we had shingle put down, or it was delivered, and Dave and I put the shingle down, and hence the grass grows, but it doesn't grow very long, which is actually ideal. And there's a gully which runs down the back of the house from the small barn door, and it goes all the way around the back. And because of the dampness, what we did, we cincer-proofed the wall, we dug the gully out, and we've put stones in it. Hence, that's what we ordered those stones for, so that the soil and the plants don't get a hold again. They'll be easy to pull out. And as you can see, there's a few that need to be pulled out now. And we only put those stones in this year. Now I'm standing by the back gate, which, although it's falling apart, is quite charming, I think, anyway. And we did put preservative all over it, and it's lasted. And I'm looking down the lane now, and this is the side of the barn with a cute little window with an very old but oak shutter inside. Now, standing at the gate still, I'm panning down so you can see the back of the house and the turret, of course, and the back land. There's an old incinerator, and here under this are logs. Logs are quite expensive out here. In actual fact, they're €120, which is nearly £120 for 3 cubic metres. There's our cabin. There are all the old tiles when we had our roof retiled last year, and which we are very, very pleased with. We've had more insulation put in as well. And these logs are from a tree which the boys down the road and their dad chopped down for us. And this is just to show you inside the cabin. As you can see, it's quite spacious. I'm not sure how long it is actually, but I think it's something like about 16 foot. Various things, they're all Veluxes. It's got a wooden floor. It's got a spin dryer and bikes, and most things are labelled, and we've tried to keep things a bit orderly. But when you have an old property like this, I mean, we don't do the work now, we're not up to it. But of course 20 years ago we were always working out here, and the boys, when they were younger and footloose and fancy free, they were able to help us more. But at the moment things are not quite the same, but I think they still enjoy it. I'm going back down the side of the house again, so I'll just show you a close-up of the turret and the turret roof. Now I shall pan down the land from, there's the back fence, the trees are our boundary. The playhouse. You should see the fruit bushes in a moment, and we're looking down to the fruit trees in the field. And this is our other little fruit garden. These are herbs. We've got rosemary, parsley, a couple of thymes, I think that's oregano, chives, blackcurrant bushes again, and rhubarb. You may be able to see the netting, the fruit cage we've made, and then there's onions. and that's and there's Dave sitting down, just waiting for me to finish. And up the side, the front of the house, we've got that's a red grape. On the other end of the house, we've got a white grape, and last year we picked loads of bunches from both, but